Hello and welcome to Jesus for Asia Now. I'm Natalie Wood and my husband John is here with me today. Hello, love.
Hi, darling. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
So we have a special show.
Yes.
It's our end of year holiday Christmas special.
Yes, definitely.
And this is extra special because this is the end of our 20th anniversary year.
Yeah. 20 years since Jesus for Asia was founded back in 2005. Yeah.
Do you remember what we were thinking when we started?
Yes, I definitely do. I remember having such a burden for the unreached, such a burden for the lost, and thinking, man, we're not going to be able to save everyone, but maybe we could save a few.
Right. We had no idea that we would be here still 20 years later.
Right. I thought that Jesus would come within at least 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. But he didn't, so more people have had the opportunity to learn about him. And that's the exciting part.
Yes.
Is that as long as we can keep working, more people have the opportunity to know him.
You know, the sad thing is that there's more people in the world today that are unreached than were when we first started.
That's true.
There's still so much to go. Still, the burden is actually, I think, stronger today than it was 20 years ago.
Right. Well, because we've learned more.
Yeah, and it's no longer just, a statistic out there.
Right.
It's our friends.
Yeah, and it's people that we've had the opportunity to see.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just driving by on the road, but we've seen faces.
Right.
And God has given us such a love for them as we've prayed for them.
You're right.
It's just, it's definitely a deeper burden.
And there's still a lot of people out there that we don't know. But if Christ cares for them, we should too, right?
Right. And he's known them before they were born.
It's so amazing. Yeah, that idea that he sees them when they wake up in the morning. He sees them throughout their day. And he sees them as they go to bed at night. He knows their burdens. He knows their desperate inner cry, is there anything more than just living this life and dying, or living 1,000 lives after this? Yeah. Is there anything more to life than just this?
Yeah. This year, several staff members thought it'd be a great, fun idea for our staff to have an opportunity to greet our viewers and to say what they're thankful for, and to also thank those that pray and give to Jesus for Asia especially. So here's a greeting from all of our staff.
Okay.
Merry Christmas from Jesus for Asia.
That was fun. I'm not going to tell you how many times we tried that.
We were very exuberant the first few times, and then we're like, no, this is a little too exuberant. But it's fine because everybody wants to be a part of sharing that God is really blessing, and our viewers are a huge blessing to us. So much encouragement. And we get notes all the time or phone calls that just tell us how much they appreciate what we're doing out there. And it's all God. It's all to his glory. But it does encourage our hearts, because sometimes in the office, it's easy to feel like you're so far disconnected from it that you're just doing a regular job.
Right.
And so the viewers' responses really help us.
That's for sure.
And so
the truth is that our part is very small.
Yes.
Compared to what the missionaries and, local and cross-cultural over there actually do. They do the work.
Yes.
We're here to encourage and manage, and we want to tell the story and enable, and tell the story to the people that have the power to enable.
Right.
I know a lot of our staff, we spend hours wrestling with how can we get the message out? How can we share the number of projects, what the projects are, what we actually do here at Jesus for Asia?
Right.
Because a lot of people are not sure what we do.
Yeah.
I think probably because we have so many different projects that it's a little confusing.
Right. Right. And it's overwhelming. If you go to our website, there's a grid there that allows you to donate to every project we have.
Yes.
And there are nearly 100 on there, actually.
Yeah.
And so it's very overwhelming, and people go to it and they're like, I don't know what to give for.
Right.
Or they'll call us and they're like, I don't know, what is the greatest need?
Right.
And so then we're able to share with them what projects are actually especially lacking at the time. I mean, every project needs funds, but there are some that are
like the recurring.
Right, especially lacking. And so it gives us opportunity to share that. But yet it is like, what do you do?
So recently, just in the last few days, a new mission statement for Jesus for Asia has bubbled to the surface. Now, this is a mission statement that actually is the motivation that we felt way before we even started Jesus for Asia.
Right. And it's been shared before, but it's like being solidified now.
Yeah, it's being crystallized. And do you know what it is?
To do whatever it takes to see as many people know about Jesus as possible and be saved in heaven before it's too late.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that because as whatever it takes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whatever sacrifice is necessary and whatever method will get the gospel to somebody that wouldn't have it otherwise.
Right.
And so that's
And whatever project is required to do
Yes.
whatever's necessary,
exactly
and whatever missionary needs to go, or whatever Bible workers are required, or whatever
right.
it takes.
And so that actually motivated us to start Jesus for Asia.
Yeah.
And it actually motivated us to choose Asia because that's where the most people are that have never heard.
Right.
And so that passion continues to drive us.
Right. So we actually asked our staff members to sit in front of the camera and share what they're thankful for or how they've seen God work in this last year.
Yes.
Merry Christmas. I'm Julie Shirley, and I manage the social media and the website at Jesus for Asia. I got to thinking, you know, Christmas is celebrated all around the world, even all across Asia. I was looking this morning at the different traditions in all the different Asian countries, even non-Christian countries, Buddhist, Hindu. And they all have their traditions for celebrating Christmas. And it made me think of when Paul went to Athens and he was walking the streets and he came across the altar to the unknown God. And it made me think here, most of the world is celebrating a God they don't even know. I'm so blessed to be a part of Jesus for Asia, where our passion is making Jesus known to those who have never heard of him. Just recently, we've seen how God has opened the doors in Japan, a least reached country. There are very few Adventists and very few Christians. Jesus for Asia has gone on a number of trips to different cities in Japan to pray that God would open the doors for a work to start there. And just recently, we've gotten our first missionary family in Japan and our first Bible worker, which is awesome. I'm really excited to see how God just opens the doors for his work to go forward when we cooperate with him. It's so exciting to see God work through us to reach the nations.
That was a really interesting point.
Yes.
About the people that worship they know not of.
Right.
We should organize our entire lives around that one issue.
Right.
That they don't know who Jesus is.
Yep. Yep.
And
Teaching them, showing them, helping them understand who the unknown God is.
yeah. All right, our next video is with Christina Adams.
Okay.
This year, God has been doing incredible things answering my prayers, and he's done it through different programs we've had at Jesus for Asia. I've been praying for years for answers, and miraculously, God has started about 2 years ago with some special guests he's sent here to do Week of Prayers or other special events at Jesus for Asia. And it's been just incredible how each one has built upon itself to lead me down a path of healing and bringing clarity to where I was questioning things. So I would highly recommend you watch some of Jesus for Asia's YouTube videos and special events because they might have answers there for you too. Another thing God has done, I have been able to encourage young people to be involved in missions, and I love that. I love to encourage youth to see God and to live by faith and to recognize how God is working and opening and closing doors in their lives. I love to encourage young people to be able to do short and long-term missions. So here at Jesus for Asia, I get to work with our volunteer applicants and help place them in various places in the mission field. I also got to visit Thailand this year, which was exciting because I got to go to the different missionaries' houses. I got to meet with some of them that I've never met in person before and to see what they do and to visit their projects and just get to know them better, which helps me know how to encourage other people and what opportunities there are in the mission field. So I've been blessed, and I've just want to encourage you to get more involved in missions. There are so many opportunities, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing to, when you start to do something for God, how he just opens and closes doors and provides. And more than that, if you take time to connect with him, he is teaching and healing and working incredible things out in your own heart and life and perspective. So I just want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and spend some time with Jesus this season.
Isn't it beautiful that when you work for God, He can bring healing into your life?
Yeah.
And so that's what we're trying to do here, is develop a holistic ministry that includes the whole person and not just a program.
Right. And I love Christina's heart for the young people and her joy in sharing what she's seen God do over the years.
Yeah.
It's infectious, and she's very nervous in front of the camera, but when you talk to her one-on-one, it's infectious. The joy is right there on the surface, and it comes out.
Our next video is Sharon Williams.
My name is Sharon Williams. I'm very thankful for what Jesus for Asia is doing in Japan and how God has used this ministry to touch hearts. We have been in Japan a couple of times with faith camps and prayer walks and joining with people who are ministering there, people who live there, and lives have been changed through prayer. And I'm excited to say that we now have a Bible worker in Japan, and that is so important for reaching the people there. The people of Japan love Christmas. I was recently there and saw that they start celebrating Christmas on November 1. They have their trees out, their ornaments, their lights, the stores are all decorated, but they have no idea who they're celebrating. And because we now have a Bible worker, there will be people who will know that they are celebrating the God who came and lived as a child, grew to a man, died on the cross, and offers us salvation. And that is something to be very thankful for this Christmas.
Amen.
Yes. We're so thankful for how God is working in Japan. It's just,
Oh, yeah.
it's
God is
joy.
moving.
It's a joy-bringing thing.
Yes. Joy-bringing thing.
I know that's a funny way to say it, but it brings a lot of joy.
Yeah. Do you miss your job in corporate America?
No,
Okay.
never, not in the slightest.
Because now you see people coming to Christ.
Right,
Yeah, praise the Lord.
right.
And our next video is with Pastor Chris Donovan, and he's in charge of our Bible Worker program and does a lot of training.
Okay.
He has a unique situation with his voice, but in spite of that, he moves forward in training groups and groups of Bible workers, and it's beautiful to watch.
Yes.
In 2025, I'm so grateful for what God has done, because at the end of this year, this season reminds me that God is Emmanuel, God with us. He's been with us from January through December, through the donors on the front lines with the Bible workers, in our team effort to train and support Bible workers in India and other countries in Asia. God has been with us time and time again, revealing His evidence and His great love and His approval of JFA and our work together as one big team, accomplishing great things for the kingdom, not because of us, but simply because we've allowed Him to do those things through us and also in us. So we pray your God's blessings upon each one of us, and especially during this time with family at the end of this year. We look forward to what you will do into the future in 2026. Blessings to each one of you. We're thankful.
It's exciting to see that kind of forward movement and the plans that God has for this coming year
Yes.
as well.
And I love how he brought out that we're all one big team.
Yes.
And we go forward. We all pray, and we go forward as God leads as a big team.
Yeah, a worldwide family.
Yeah. The next video is from Pastor Chris's wife, Heidi, and she is our prayer coordinator, and she's also our receptionist
Yes.
on a volunteer basis.
Yes.
So I have been reading through and thinking about the sacrifice Christ made for us on the cross and how He gave His whole life in such a brutal way for us. even in his dying moments, he was still speaking truth to people. He was forgiving people of their sins. He was providing for the needs of people. And it really prompted me to follow his example and his call. This fall, I had a desire to go on a prayer walking trip to Indonesia with Jesus for Asia. I prayed for a fleece, but God didn't give me my fleece. And yet, as I counseled with someone in the office, I felt impressed that I was to go anyway. And I did, and I'm so glad I did, because I saw God working through the trip, and there were several divine appointments, and there's people that I continue to pray for, and I'm so grateful for that opportunity to go, and it has grown my faith in God. I know that He hears and answers our prayers, and I'm so grateful.
It's so beautiful to see our volunteer and staff members' faith increase as they see God work in response to the prayer of faith. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Our next video is with Michael Schilt, who is our volunteer church building project coordinator.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Michael Schilt. I am very thankful for Jesus for Asia over the past year. The friendships I've developed with the team from Jesus for Asia and our ministry, and most importantly, the things I have learned in drawing close to God and a moment-by-moment communion with Christ throughout the day and praying for people as I just see them on the street has been a most meaningful change in my life. Merry Christmas.
He went with us on the prayer walk trip in Indonesia.
Yeah, the very first prayer walk trip.
The very first one.
And it was
so
life-changing
powerful.
for them,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
And that's why he talked about, praying for people along the street, because that's what we did in Indonesia, and that's the lifestyle he and his wife have adopted since coming back. We
beautiful.
really appreciate their friendship
Absolutely.
to Jesus for Asia.
So this next lady is Natalie Howell, and she is overseeing our schools in Cambodia, but she's dealing with a visa issue, so she's here in America for we don't know how long.
Right. And she's working in our accounting department.
Yes.
So she's with us in two different ways.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Natalie Howell. 2025 has been a year that has been filled with many ups and downs, many challenges, but I have seen God's hands through it all. For example, we have 7 students that study in the Philippines, and they have started their 3rd year at the university. I have never seen the money for their tuition, and every time I get the bill, I cringe. But God has faithfully provided every step of the way, and I'm so thankful for the continuous miracles that God has provided in supplying their needs and providing an education for them. This year, one of the challenges has been the war in Cambodia. It started this summer and it ended, but then it started again earlier this week. And this time it's more intense. So even as we're speaking, Thailand is gaining grounds on Cambodia. They're sending in fighter jets and all that stuff. And even though it looks bleak and it looks hopeless, because we serve such an amazing God, we know that in the midst of even this war, that there will be things for His glory that will be done. And I was speaking with a pastor yesterday that's on the front line there, and he was telling me as he's moving people back and forth, bringing people to refugee camps, he said to me that their hearts are opening to hearing the gospel. And for me, that is good news. That's not just good news, that's great news, that in the midst of this calamity, God's light is being shone. And I'm just so thankful, and I cannot wait to see what God will continue to do.
Okay, so she has a heart for the war that's happening between Thailand and Cambodia.
Yeah, and I don't blame her, because she knows people that are being directly affected.
That's right. So we need to pray for that.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so our next person is Cameron Shirley.
Right.
Hi, my name is Cameron. What I want to share with you that I've seen this year is how God is so incredibly capable of turning bad things into good things. Things that Satan meant to limit the work or to turn people away, that God just miraculously turns them into opportunities where people are blessed and He is glorified. And I think that that really ties into Christmas, because Satan thought that when Jesus came to this earth to save us, that this was his best chance to ruin everything. And yet, when he finally succeeded in killing Christ, little did he know that this was God's whole plan to win and to save us. And so it's a wonderful reminder of how in this season we can see not just the birth of Christ, but the life of Christ and the death of Christ and what He came to this earth to do, and how even when it looked like Satan was winning, God was still in control.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. The next video is from Tim Tillman, who also works in our accounting department.
Yes.
I'm very grateful to be able to serve others through working here at Jesus for Asia. I am thankful that God saw something valuable in me and deliberately coordinated my coming here. Working here at Jesus for Asia has significantly impacted my spiritual growth. I appreciate the intense focus on prayer here through daily worship times and weekly and monthly prayer opportunities. Taking a mission trip to India back in February has opened my eyes to the great need for both missionaries and mission work. And bringing that burden for souls back here to the United States has really energized my personal witnessing efforts. I did a bit of research and found that there are large communities of Hindus and Muslims, for instance, that are just waiting for someone to reach out to them to share the love of Jesus with them. It is my prayer that you too will experience the intense joy I've experienced in reaching out and witnessing to people from other cultures. It's fun.
He referred to our staff worships. We have that worship every single day at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And it usually lasts an hour to an hour and a half.
Yes.
And some people would say, well, that's a waste of time. Your people are on the clock. They're getting paid. Why would you do? You need to get the work done. And we believe that that time invested is the best thing we can do.
Right.
Because we've seen it. We've seen the results of that time being spent. And you have healing, even God does stuff. I mean, this is God's work.
Right.
So we should put Him first.
Right. We had a student worker from Southern, and as she put it, you will never know what a difference the staff worship has made in my life. And she was crying when she was telling me this. And it's like, to have the opportunity to encourage people, even here, on our staff. I say even here. That's not really accurate either, but here on our staff, to help people to have a closer walk with God and to make a difference in their life, like for Tim. It's a huge blessing to us also.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Jesus isn't just for Asia.
Right.
Jesus is for us too.
Yeah. Jesus for all.
Jesus for all.
Our next video is with Michael Shirley.
Okay.
My name is Michael Shirley. Working with Jesus for Asia this year, I have really been convicted that I love comfort a bit too much. And it makes me think of how Jesus told His disciples, as the Father has sent me, so send I you. It's against my nature to want to experience the things that Christ experienced, but it is a privilege to be called to do so. And so I've been thankful to have that opportunity to respond to that call this year through Jesus for Asia, and to see how He really does provide for us when we step out in faith and follow Him. So I'm really just thankful to be here and to be able to see God's work going forward on the front lines.
I love the honesty. I love comfort a little too much.
Yeah. Yeah, we have really appreciated our young people and their fire for trying different things and, creative, ideas and things like that. And Michael's part of the video team here.
Yes.
And so we've appreciated that.
Yeah. So our next colleague is Veronica, and she works in the accounting department and also is part of the missionary support team.
Right.
So Christmas is a very special time of year for me. It reminds me of family traditions and people that I can't be with anymore, but it also brings to light Christ and the great gift that He is to us. That feeling of extra love and appreciation for Him only comes during the Christmas season. But working at Jesus for Asia, it's a feeling I can take with me throughout the whole year because I'm constantly seeing how wonderful he is and how he's working for his people and his children. This year especially, I've seen how important his work is to him and how he sustains his work. The funding and the finances needed to keep the missionaries in the field and the Bible workers, they come when we least expect it. They come in his timing, in his way, and sometimes very miraculously, the money will be there when it needs to be. He does all of that despite our lack of faith or our worries over when it'll be there. And I love that it keeps that special feeling that you have at Christmas over Christ, keeps it in my heart year round. And I am so appreciative to be working for a ministry that allows me to keep that feeling.
That is so cool. And I think you feel the same way, seeing God work and solve problems with big bills and money comes just in time.
Yes, many times. Many, many times.
Yeah.
We always have things on the table that we're praying for, and we're always seeing God answer. So
And God
it's
answers
just,
through his people.
Yes, he does.
Just like he planned.
Yes.
Yeah. So our final colleague is Victor, and he's new here, but he works in the video department, and we're really happy to have him.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. This year, I'm thankful to be surrounded by people that are passionate about spreading God's love. Before joining the JFA team, I was in productions that had some well-known artists. However, working in those productions, it made me feel empty. Now I can see how God is using my work to actually make an impact in somebody else's, whether it's around me or in Asia. So this year, I want to challenge you to find a person that you can share the love of Jesus with. Merry Christmas.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's a great challenge.
Yes. And a great note to end on.
Right. It is.
And we want to close with a final greeting from our staff.
Merry Christmas from Jesus for Asia.
Thank you so much for being involved in Jesus for Asia in 2025 and the blessings that God is bringing to Asia because of your involvement. If you would like to learn more, to join our prayer team, or to give, please contact us at Jesus for Asia, P.O. Box 1221, Collegedale, Tennessee 37315. Call us at 423-413-7321 or visit our website at jesusforasia.org. Merry Christmas, and may God richly bless you until we see you next time on Jesus for Asia Now.